Well, my name is Elliot Benjamin, and I'm a father of a son and a husband of 10 years. And currently what I do for a living is I'm a business analyst at a software company. Beyond that, I go to a church called Mars Hill, and it's a place where I'm really involved. It's a place where I find community, and a place where I actually initially met Jesus and I became a Christian, which plays into that second part about my identity. Identity wasn't something I really thought about for a long time, and now that I'm thinking about who am I and where do I find my identity, it's a complicated question. Do I find my identity in who I know or what I do or what I'm about? I'm definitely passionate about people, but I also hated people, and so I think that my identity is something that's changed over time. I guess when I think about who I am, it's kind of defined by, in some ways, what's happened to me, my life experiences, but I think my identity is also a part of sort of who I am when I compare myself to God. How I see God affects how I see myself, and I'd say that the way I see myself a lot of times is just as a human like everybody else, just trying to live in society and do the things that I'm supposed to do. But I think that I'm finding now that my identity isn't something that I define anymore. I used to think that it was something that I could decide, but the more I meet new people and the more that I pray and talk to God and realize that I'm created, it changes the way that I see things. And I think that my identity is something that's been given. And ultimately, it's something that that I'm made in the image of God, that I'm like God. And then when I think about my identity, then it makes me question things about, like, well, then what's my son's identity? How do I describe my son? Who is he? I think that when I describe my son and who he is he's like me, but he's not me. He's comes from a family line. I feel like in some ways I'm rambling off this question, but it's a complicated question. It's something that I'm asking myself all the time. What I can say is that there was a time when I thought I was all about myself, and I realized that at the end of the day, life isn't all about me anymore. And when it's not all about me, it questions what my identity is. And I guess who my identity is just a created person, someone made in the image and likeness of God, someone that God chose to love and know and create with intentionality. And that ultimately drives the way that I relate to people and the way that I answer these questions.